Howdy folks, Bluesboy Jag, another cigar box guitar. Made a ton of these, tons and tons. This is a Jaime Garcia acoustic electric. There's a sound hole. There's a humbucker pickup. Ooh, shiny corners, trunk corners, shiny, pretty. I like these boxes because they resonate really well acoustically. They're probably 30% bigger than most cigar boxes. They're taller for one thing, and just bigger overall. That makes it relatively loud acoustically. Keep in mind that these boxes, compared to a real acoustic guitar, maybe a quarter the size. And so, even though these resonate, they're not going to be nearly as loud as a real acoustic guitar. So what I call these is living room volume, campfire volume, and you can hang out, party with your friends acoustically. This is a 4-stringer, and this is tuned A, E, A, C sharp, open A chord. And the reason I tune these A to A is because I buy the .09 strings in bulk. I get several hundred at a time, so I don't have to have 98,000 different varying gauges of strings in stock. I want this gauge, I want that gauge. So I try to keep it real simple and let the user determine what gauge they ultimately want to use, and they can buy their strings at the local guitar shop. That way I don't have to stock a whole bunch of different strings. One-man shop, folks, super duper busy. Don't have time to order a whole bunch of different strings. Anyway, long story short, mine are .09s, which are better suited for the A tuning. They're extra light gauge electric strings, any brand. Doesn't have to be Fender, doesn't have to be Elixir. El Cheapo brand worked just great. Doesn't matter. Whatever brand you like. So if you want to tune it to G, open G, which would be a G, and then it would be a D, a G, and a B. Tune your A string down to a G, basically. The rest of them are tuned normal, D, G, B. That's an open G chord. If you want to tune it to G, then you need the .10s. So you can go buy some at your local music store and get some .10s. That way, like I said, I don't have to have 88 different brands of the 10s and 88 different brands of the 9s. And I have a little tiny shop back in the back where I wash my clothes and I make these, and I just literally don't have enough room or time to mess with 98,000 different gauges of strings. One-man shop. I got 3 jobs, and I'm super duper busy making these for the Christmas season. Anyway, let's get right down to it, folks. This is a copper slide, just like you would get free with a Bluesboyjag cigar box guitar. Nothing fancy, gets the job done, gets you up and rolling real quick. And as I said, this is a humbucker pickup. There's no hum with these pickups, dead quiet. I also put single coils in there, so if you don't care about the hum, you save a little bit of money with the single coil. They have a little bit of a different tone than a humbucker. Humbuckers maybe sort of kind of a little bit, depending on who you ask, heavier, deeper, mid-rangier, some people say. I think maybe just a little bit heavier, deeper, thicker. Other people would be like, what the heck are you talking about? It's just up to you folks. If you want hum, or don't care about hum, I guess I should say, single coils are the way to go, saves you a little bit of money. Humbuckers are more expensive on my end, so they're more expensive on your end. Although they are nice and pretty and shiny. Some people swear by the humbuckers as far as a slide tone, giving you that grinding slide tone, which they do, but single coils can do the same thing. It's just a matter of how you set up your amp. Maybe add just a teeny bit more distortion if you have a single coil, get you the same tone as a humbucker. Maybe add, maybe sort of, depending on who you ask and what amp they're using, maybe sort of add a little bit of bass, maybe sort of add a little bit of mid-range to a single coil, and you've pretty much got a humbucker. So it's all up to you folks. If you want it dead quiet, no hum on stage with all your distortion effects and your amp cranked up, you probably want a humbucker. If you don't really care about the hum, which I don't, you probably want a single coil. Blah, dee, blah, dee, blah, dee, blah. Ooh, aren't those corners shiny? Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your kind support, and toodles.